me. Okay, so if you're tuning in, this is set 2 of Hump Day Trio live here at the Jersey Shore. Arrowhead Inn in Brick, New Jersey, every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, this is Hump Day Trio. My name is Neil Garthly, and we're about to rock set 2. Jake, thanks for coming back. Dawn, thank you.
Chick, chick, chick. Welcome back, everybody. Hump Day Trio here. This is Bill Evening. Take care, Lisa. Take care of the band. If you got any questions, let us know. Got any complaints, tell Mom. Come to take
thank your awesome bartender, Miss Lisa. And
They're
your
playing
awesome
their
band.
original song. It's called, I think, Peace.
Got a couple new friends coming up to play a couple
You're
of
just
their
gonna have to
songs.
wing it.
Everybody, we're Hump Day Trio live here every Sunday. Arrowhead is set 2. So thank you for stopping by. Hit that subscribe and like. We got a special guest getting up. They're going to play their original song, and they need a drummer, so I'm filling in. I have no idea what the song is. I have no idea what we're playing. We're going to wing it as we go. So let's hear it for them. And then don't forget to hit that subscribe and like. We are Hump Day Trio live here every Sunday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. New Jersey Shore. Where are you guys at? Put in the comments where you're from. Hit that subscribe and like.
All right. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Is there any stops?
Kind of.
Is there any time changes? All the same groove?
Pretty the same the whole time.
Okay. Funky kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like pop funky kind
All
of.
right. It's all the way up.
Brooke, make sure you tell everybody who you are.
All right, guys, this is Brooke.
That should be what you just did.
No pressure, ladies.
Brooke, if there is any stop, just give me a look. Like is there a part where it stops and it comes back in?
Before the chorus.
Okay, I'll probably sense it, but just give me a little.
She's gonna open and then I'm gonna come in. I'll kind of give you a
Give me all right.
Ooh, what's going on, everybody? Hey, we are the band Palm. We're just going to play one for you. An original song. It's called Peacemaker. I hope you like it.
But how many people you have to
know.
Boy, I felt like Chad
Thank
Smith
you.
on Drumeo,
Continue
playing
to
that for the
enjoy,
first time,
everybody.
never hearing it.
Thank you, ladies.
What's the name of the band?
Oh, we're the band Palm, like the palm of your hand.
So they're going to be doing a little CD release. A CD. 8-track release party here.
Album is older than that.
So they're awesome.
All right, guys. Let's hear it for them. Palm, like the palm of your hand, from Jersey. Got a CD release party coming up. Not bad for never hearing that song ever. Grabbing it the first time around, fixing it the next two. That's what you got to do, man. Eyes and ears. Hear the band. Listen. Maybe not grab it the first time, but that second time you better get it. All right, guys. We're Hump Day Trio, live here every Sunday, 7 o'clock. Hit that subscribe and like.
Weren't they awesome or what?
So my wife took my phone, so I can't see what you guys are saying. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to put in the comments where you're from. All the way? No. Send me on my way. It sounds like roll all the way. I know, but that sounds like roll away. Yeah. I think of that now.
Mother.
Not yet. He's going out anyway.
I just need your help.
Thanks, guys.
Drew's got to raise the mic.
That's why I turn up the microphones.
I don't care. Oh yeah, and Brittany.
will I be on? Thank you.
You're right there.
Is that what's that? I was thinking Tennessee, the Tennessee Jet.
Red and white, blue suede shoes, Uncle Sam, Duke and two. Feeling fine, still alive. Ain't gonna let Patrick, get up here and play guitar. No.
It's too big for me to send, but I'm gonna send it to your mother.
AC Music, 1985. You are so correct. Hey,
You gotta go out there and go around to the bar.
Well, I was toting my back along the dusty Winnemuckaroo. Along came a semi with a high-end canvas-covered load. You're gonna Winnemucca Mac, what do you gonna ride? So I put out of that cab and I settled down inside. He asked me if I've seen a road with so much dust and sand. And I said, listen, I've traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, I've been everywhere. Most of it is there, even out there. And my fair friends say I've been everywhere. Every mountain farm road is from the border rock to the woods. We got close to Iowa, we take the back to
Patrick will be here Wednesday with Fingers Crossed. Woohoo! I'll be here also. It's our band, Fingers Crossed. 8:30 to 11:30. Come on out, everybody.
All right, guys. So we are Hump Day Trio live here every
Wednesday.
Sunday. Every Sunday. So hit that subscribe button.
Mom, why don't you say one too?
Yeah.
Get her from Mom, everybody.
Nashville in the house.
Remember, you can
We're
see her
on
on
the Jersey
Wednesday
Shore.
with Fingers Crossed.
Who else is out there tonight? How far are you from Jersey Shore?
Hey, don't say that about my mom.
What's up, Alan?
I'm gonna write this down. You better write this down.
the good Garthly on the drums. Mike Jackson on the bass. I'm Baby Mama. Sure. Don't forget, Fingers Crossed playing this Wednesday, 8:30 to 11:30. That's me, Patrick, a couple other cool guys. We've had music here every
We're
Wednesday.
Hump Day
So
Trio live here every
take care of
Sunday.
Miss Lisa behind the bar. Hot stuff. Please take care of the band. We love all you.
All right, so we're again Hump Day Trio live here every Sunday on the Jersey Shore. Put in the comments where you're from. Thank you everybody that's been watching, anybody that's been commenting.
What are you wearing? Jade from State Farm.
We're gonna try a song we really never played together.
I've never played this one.
But Sunday's the time for making chances, right? Mistakes, maybe, but I think this could be alright.
Guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like. Come on, do it.
If the sun feels to shine, well, I will still be loving you. Mountains crawling to see, it will still be you and me. Come on, I'll be mine. So today, my world is smiles. You hit on mine, we walk the miles. This you, it will be a dawn. You good on me, you are the only one. Happiness, no more we say. Happiness, if the sun feels the shine, I will still be loving you. Mountains crumble to see, it will still be you and me. Oops. I can't do the wrong thing. Take a short break. We'll be right back. We're Hump Day Trio. Take care, Lisa. Take care of the band.
Just so you know, that was my prom song in 1983.
All right, guys, there's set 2. Come on, that was pretty good. A couple songs in there I never played before. So what we did? A Zeppelin tune I never played before, and then the other girl's song. What were they? Palm.
The palm.
Like palm. Like palmy hand.
This. Palm.
My beautiful wife Jessica.
Oh my God, you have a fan?
I do have a fan.
So unfair, and I'm the one running around. What are you just?
You're
doing,
my number one fan.
You're drumming. Actually,
Well,
out there working.
she is working. She does all the booking here for the bands. She is the entertainment concierge. Entertainment concierge. So she has a big job here. She takes care of everybody that plays here, and she runs the show. So early song, and you guys did set 1, Hurricane or something. Okay, Hurricane is by the band, and it's actually in 4. It's in 4. It just doesn't have the snare drum on the 2 count. It's like 1, 2, 2, 4, boom, 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 4. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So it's like that. So straightforward though, just no snare drum on 2. Yeah, it sounds kind of weird though, right? Has that weird feeling. Al, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. So it has that kind of weird little flow to it. But yeah, that is what it is. Thank you, Johnny. I really appreciate it. I really, 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 really appreciate it. And the band appreciates it very much. It's awesome. You guys are great. Sparkle, thank you for being here again. Jody Bug, what's up? Let's see what else here. Yeah, Coco Loco. That was a fun song, right? I think, was it the Palms, right? So I never heard their song before. It was original. So I think I did pretty good through it. Let's see here. Jody Bug. What's up, Jody Bug? Floyd. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Floyd. I really appreciate it. Christy, thank you for coming by. Marceloa. Christy. Susan. What's up, Alan? Let's see what I'm scrolling back here, guys. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. All right, just kind of reading what everybody kind of wrote because it's hard to read when I'm playing, and it kind of goes by pretty quick. So, you know what I mean. Hard to read. But thank you guys for watching. Austin, Texas. Zine Post, thank you. All right, guys. So again, little break. We got a whole nother set 3 coming up. Pat Travers, Freak Out 10. Yes, I love Pat Travers. Yeah, sadly he just passed away, but Snorting Whiskey, Drinking Cocaine, fucking great song. Is that I think it is? And then Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo is his. I don't know if Snorting Whiskey, Drinking Cocaine was his. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But thank you, Christy. I really appreciate that. Unfortunately, we don't do any Pat Travers, but I would love to do a Pat Travers song. That'd be great. Rick Derringer, yes, thank you. Yes, Rick Derringer. I kind of always take those two and put them together. Pat Travers and Rick Derringer. I always kind of, for some reason in my head, they're the same person. Hoochie Coo is... Wait, now I'm getting confused. Who's the one that just passed away? Is that Rick Derringer or is that Pat Travers? I can't remember. Pat is still alive. Okay, so Rick Derringer is the one that just passed away. Yeah, okay. Again, my brain puts them together as one person, so I can't remember. Yes. Thank you, Freak Out. I appreciate you correcting me. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So again, we're just taking a short little break. I got to take a breather. Yeah, that was not too long ago, Wolf. It was like, maybe a month or so ago. Maybe 2 months at most. Sometimes it flies by. It could be 3 or 4 months. So again, I'm going to take a short little break, guys. Thank you for watching. My name's Neil Garthly. They call me The Girth. Got Drew Anderson on guitar, Mike Jackson on bass, and we are Hump Day Trio on the Jersey Shore. And I'll be right there. Be right there. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. I really, really appreciate it. I'll be right back.
You don't want your lights in your hand.
Nope, that's what I was saying.
She's leaving, so. My daughter was it's too cold for me to get and watch
hope I didn't suck for your song. There's probably some variety.
More of me now. So what, did you just move back or? Yeah, I retired. I got out and now I'm back. So, but yeah. Weird. Well, I got a big limit home in local 3-year-old, so like she's working full time. It's awesome, but it's also harder to fit in. It was my year. I can get away, have a break.
All right, guys, we're about to start. Thanks for hanging out. We got my student Chris getting up because he is moving back to wherever he's from. I forget where, in the middle of the country. And this is his last time he's going to be here. So we're going to give him a chance to get up and play a song. So thanks for watching. Hang out. Here he comes. This is Chris. And then I'm going to get up after that. So, yeah, let's go. Bernie, what's up, Bernie? Thank you. All right, guys. Here we go.
Want to get him up first?
Yep.
Everybody starts off together, right?
Yeah, everybody starts together on that one, right?
I start off, I'll do like a round and then.
Okay.
All right, guys, here we go.
Welcome back, everybody. Hump Day Trade here every Sunday here on Arrowhead. Take care of Lisa. She's working hard for you. We got Chris on drums. He's moving away. This is last week here.
Where are you moving to? Nebraska.
He's moving all the way to Nebraska. Away from us. Give it up for Chris, everybody. Have fun in Nebraska.
Really? Yeah. It's fucking great. Now we're in Clark Kent.
Oh, yeah. Awesome job, Chris. We're going to be sad to lose you.
Yeah, let's hear it for Chris. Oh, shit, it's fucking great.
Good job.
Awesome. I think that's one of the best times I ever heard Chris play. That was great. Wisteria?
Yeah.
don't forget, we're Hump Day Trio live here on the Jersey Shore every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit that subscribe and like so you're notified when we're going to be playing. We do lots of other gigs. Wednesday this week, Thursday this week. Then we're going to take the 4th and 5th off, and then we've got Sunday again. So we've got 3 gigs this week. I'll try to be posting those 3 lives. So if you were here yesterday, we were on a boat yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Whoever was on there. Put in the comments if you were watching that live. And again, hit that subscribe and like, guys. Tell us where you're from, too. We're on the Jersey Shore. Where you guys at? Who's the furthest today? Wolf, did you, or any mod, did you guys check out who the furthest was? Did you guys know? Dawn? Johnny or Texas Tex? Do you know who the furthest was? Sorry, guys, I can't read everybody's comments right now. But thank you for watching. That's something like.
Lasagna, where are you?
Got Mike Lasagna coming up. That's his nickname. They call me the Girth. They call him Lasagna. All right, got Mike coming up. Hey man, good to see you. So good to see you. Yeah. What's up, Drew? All right, so here we go.
Chris, have fun out in Nebraska. Really, stop at any time.
Sure.
One night I did.
One more.
Justin, that's funny, man.
Start it off.
Give that with Mike Esquadro. Mike was on
Great job, bud.
Nice job, Mikey. I don't know if you're gonna try. Doesn't mean you're doing good this time. Brianna. No, not
Hump Day Trio, live here every Sunday.
Tim,
7 to 11.
get your D out.
So, we are, again, Hump Day Trio, live here.
Excuse me, wow,
7 to
when
11.
is that?
Hit that subscribe, hit that like. Thank you for watching, guys. Coco Loco, thank you for that tip. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Matt M, let me know if you need any more questions answered. Guys, thanks for hanging out. We're on the Jersey Shore. Where are you at?
Tina the Hat on the congas. And the former king of pop on the bass, Mike Jackson.
Neil the character. Garthly.
I already said it. It's the first one. Come out this Wednesday, see you on Mom's Band. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed everything goes fine.
That's how I got the name. Fingers crossed.
I have a tally count of how many times she has a Patrick.
What's up, buddy? So again, we're Hump Day Trio. Please hit that subscribe and like. Remember our last song.
Yeah, you
last
should get
set.
Patrick a shot caller.
This is it.
So just like,
We're gonna be back again Wednesday, Thursday,
instead of talking, just
Sunday.
zap them.
So please hit that subscribe, hit that like. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
I don't want to see a big stain come out of his pants. I don't want to think about that.
No. Now
It's in my head
stays
now.
in my head.
It's like American Pie.
Thank you so much, Christy.
Hey guys, we're gonna do one more song around here. Take care of your bartenders. We're here every Sunday, Hump Day Trio. Take care, Lisa. She's been working hard for you. She's been listening to us all night long. That's torture. That is torture. I'm sorry, Lisa. enjoy. See you next Sunday and every Sunday. Take care, Lisa. Take care, man. Don't forget, come Wednesday. See you, fingers crossed.
There is your show for tonight. Wolf, thank you so much. Christy, thank you so much. Mirror 84 band. Okay, we are Hump Day Trio. We are in Brick, New Jersey, Point Pleasant, New Jersey, right on the Jersey Shore. So kind of right where MTV made it all famous. We go live every Sunday and other nights that we play. This week we got Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. But every Sunday, 7 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. So please hit that subscribe and like. Come on, guys, you can do it. It's easy. Just tap the button. Double tap the screen, hit the like, tap the subscribe. Then you're notified every time we play. And it's fun. We got a great community here. Look at all these great people here. Coco Loco. You got Wolf Lover. You got Dawn. You got Johnny. You got Tennessee Tex. Christy now. Bernie, you're back again. Mirror, thank you so much. Matt M, you've been here before. Israel Gomez, I think you've been here before too.
Jimmy looks like petrified.
Yeah, Phyllis, we are having a great time. We're always having a great time. This is a good community. We love each other here.
We're all fucking team.
Phyllis, well, thank you so much for being new. You're new to the family, but that's okay. We accept everybody. So please hit that subscribe and like, and then you're notified when we're playing. And it's always a fun time. We're on the Jersey Shore, so like last night we were on a cruise ship, like going around the water here and had a private party. So that was a lot of fun. We were on a ship. And then we got one more of those coming up this summer. Sometimes we're on the boardwalk. Like this Thursday, we're on the boardwalk. If there's good weather. Like we've been getting canceled like all these times. Jersey has the freaking craziest weather ever. So, what are you going to do? Oh, Mirror, I would love to get these guys on the road, but they're too set in this area. But I think maybe with this YouTube, if this thing blows up, maybe we can make a little tour out of it. Who knows? Hit an area, maybe go somewhere along the coast or something. Take this thing on the road, man. Freaking awesome. Yeah, thank you, Wolf. So I own the Academy of Drums and Guitar, and I teach lessons, drums, guitar, bass. And if you are looking for lessons, Matt, if you're interested, man, I can totally help you out. If you need more questions answered about that drum set, I can totally help you out there. Yeah, man. Matt M, you got it, buddy. Palumbo, thank you. You're on the coast. See, that's the thing. That's where we're on. We're right on the Jersey Shore, so coast is the party places, man. Yeah, Mirror. I'm on to that. That's it. That's pretty interesting. All right. Yes, aodg.net or neilgarthly.com. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, I got to start packing up here, so. All right. Where's the lights? I love you too, baby.
By the look in your eyes, baby. Something is. Oh, easy there, Neil.
All right. Gotta start packing this shit up. A stand on Galveston. That sounds interesting, Mirror.
Back it up.
Stop talking to my boyfriend. Oh, wait.
My boyfriend.
My boyfriend? Well, we're dating.
I put a
so-
ring on that.
A long time. Hey, come on.
All right, I'm hurrying. I know we gotta go.
Oh, I need towels. I'm out of I've been adjusting all day. I can't see things. It's a bikini towel. I love it. I can't see it.
God, I love my wife. She keeps me in line. She really does. She lets me do what I love to do. But she can crack the whip and keep me in line. And that's what the balance is, right there. And we have a great balance. I love her so much. Coco Loca, yeah, she is awesome. She's a great lady. They had to take Steve Miller's Rockin' Me. Is that like a prerequisite? Like, you gotta play a certain song before you can play here. like the Blues Brothers, they only knew Raw and they play Rawhide all night long. They wanted country western. All right. So what everybody have going on this week? Maybe it's your prerequisite. Okay. That's funny, Mira. Next gig. Tim, be good, buddy. Great job. So next gig is Wednesday, Hump Day on Hump Day. We're back at the Idle Hour this week, this Wednesday, Idle Hour again. We were there last Wednesday. They're here this Wednesday too. And then we got Thursday at the Boardwalk, Jenks Inlet Boardwalk Bar, which is right on the inlet, right on the ocean. But that's kind of an iffy one, depending on the weather. And then, yeah, Hump Day on Hump Day. So, yeah. Coco Loco. Yes, it is. Very hard to find, and I feel blessed. What's up, Debbie? Excuse me, guys.
Like, remember, you know, on that show, where tires used to be like kind of right next to Greg, and the cat was like on the outside? That's all, and they said, so these two like Greg was here, tires, and cat, they switched because Dad was getting like got like specific, like stalker shit. So it's like, it's kind of an open, like, he doesn't take, there's not much security to get in there.
Another thing bands forget about, lights. You gotta have lights because a lot of times these bars don't have very good lights or lights at all. You gotta carry some lights. It's like adding pepper to a steak. It just makes the band so much better. There's some color, visuals. When you see a band that doesn't have lights, it's kind of boring. So we got the 4th coming up. What's everybody got going on? Israel, yeah. Debbie, have a great night. I know it's late. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hit that subscribe and like. And then, what's everybody got going on this week? All right. Thank you, Phyllis. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Fireworks barbecue, me too, buddy. But have a great week, man. Johnny, thank you for helping out tonight. Really appreciate it. Matt M, you have a wonderful 4th of July. Safe, beautiful 4th of July with your family. I'll be watching the fireworks around here too. Cool thing around here is there's so many towns on the water. They have so many fireworks. It's pretty much any direction you look in, you're gonna see fireworks. Crazy. Matt M, enjoy, buddy. Have a great week. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one, all right, bud? Yeah, Chrissy. So you were Galveston? Was that where you were? I don't know. She doesn't sing, so well, she sings, but she didn't. She'll get up and do backup, and she didn't sing a song. Phyllis. Oh, Florida, yeah. St. Petersburg, yeah. Christy, yep. You will definitely have a lot of fireworks down there. Oh, show. And Coco, thank you so much for that tip. I really appreciated it earlier. Thank you, Phyllis. Make sure you hit the subscribe so you're notified when we play. All right? But thank you. Have a good night. Thank you for hanging out. Alexa, what's up? All right, guys. I got to sign off now. You guys have a great night. Happy 4th. Hit the subscribe. Last chance to hit the subscribe and like. Or come on, 3 more likes would be great. 100, that'd be awesome. Come on.
Sometimes I feel like they're dead, but you guys make more money than.
I'd twist and go, but you do it. Twist everyone? Yeah.
Exactly. Even though you're like, so Mark, don't even wear sunglasses. It's up in your fucking
Mark, come hang out for a little bit here, then go back.
Come on, anybody else? Anybody else hit that like?
Yes, I would totally. I always do that, you know that.
Come on. 3 more. Mark, you're good, man.
Pleasure, man. We'll see you Wednesday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, actually, well, you know, I'm lazy fuck. It's a lot easier going that way. Well, we'll figure it out. Well, you start 8. You're going to start at 9:30, 9 o'clock. So like 6:30 start. I didn't make the time.
I think this is earlier.
Yeah, they're on there.
Tell them,
This is Drew, everybody.
if you ever become semi-famous in a local rock band, make enough money where you can get a roadie. I hate this stuff. Cables and everything, it sucks.
They're like, you gotta come to Galveston, Texas. You gotta come to Galveston, Texas. You guys are chill.
That's
All
really
right.
cool.
Let's work out a tour. Yeah.
We'll go to Texas if you guys are roadies.
If you guys were roadie. Drew. Good seeing you, man.
You're hired. Alexa, no, we're not. We're on the Jersey Shore. So we are in Brick, New Jersey, right on the Jersey Shore here tonight at the Arrowhead. I know it's backwards, but Arrowhead Inn in Brick, New Jersey. Right on the Jersey Shore. So like kind of like 20 minutes from Seaside Heights where MTV is.
Hi. Just forgot to give that to somebody. How you doing?
Yeah, nothing quite this second, but
Yeah,
in like 2 minutes.
I hear you.
Jackson, do you ever get your sunglasses? Did I give you sunglasses?
You never supposed to hear? They're in my band. I got them on left. Sunglasses as larger. And they were expensive ones. There was nobody. I never found one. Love that arrow. What college did I know I have the stuff. Right. My week? More or less the same. We put our cat down last week. That's right.
I should make it
That's
to
good.
the
He's gonna
He's gonna be thrilled with it.
Or guys, you just gotta have fans that love you, so they'll help you.
Whatever. Some of you guys need some sand. Yours right, there's no white.
I'm getting better though. Take a little angle.
So guys, this is our good friend Jim helping me out tonight.
It's music without. I collect two songs. Paying my pennies.
You're like, hey buddy, take it easy in there. That's good. Lots of party.
What last time you saw it? You really want to?
Yeah.
I saw Dave from someone recently.
Like that when we walked.
There's a tiny one of the meeting. Well, my people, are really good. But a lot of ways, yeah,
I think you can get with the
waiting part.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out this long, Johnny. You can go to bed now. Taz, thank you. We'll be back on Wednesday. Wednesday night, I'll post the lives. Wednesday, Thursday, weather permitting, and Sunday. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Please stay safe. Please be with your families. Enjoy your time. And happy birthday, America. All right. Guys, toodaloo, kangaroos. Last chance to hit that subscribe. Last chance to hit that like. Come on, you can do it. Last chance, come on, come on. You can do it. You know you can do it. It's easy. All right, guys. You have a wonderful night. Toodaloo, kangaroos.